Well, welcome everyone to our concert featuring the Northwest Piano Trio. We're so grateful to have you with us. My name is Nathan Daniels. I'm the pastor here at Cannon Beach Community Church. We love the gift of sharing in music together, community together, and what a perfect day to bunker in and just enjoy the warmth, right? Now, we're going to be live streaming this concert tonight, and so if you want to text your friends and family who might be interested, that you wish was here, that would really celebrate the gift of music that's shared with us, you can do that. And once you do that, be sure to silence your cell phone, turn it off so that we can enjoy their music together. I also want to say thank you to Escape Lodging. They've helped to provide rooms for each of our musicians during this time. It's a great partnership that we have with people in our community to provide the gift of this music, really supporting the arts and the life of our community. I also want to say thank you to Janae Pierce-Mushin and then Robert, her husband, who are our media tech and our host this afternoon for us for this concert. We couldn't make this happen without them. And I want to thank you as well for your generous donations and helping to provide for the travel costs of our musicians as they come here from Portland and beyond. And this is one of my favorite concerts personally. One of the first concerts I ever attended here as a pastor of the church, and to see the way these remarkable women look to each other and share in their gifting and their strengths together, it's just absolutely inspiring. And I know that you will be blessed as you share in their music together. A little bit of information about our concert this afternoon. The Northwest Piano Trio was founded in 2014 and has recently celebrated their 10th anniversary together. Yeah, that deserves a round of applause. Absolutely incredible. 10 years together. And they include Esther Shim on violin, Hannah Hillebrand on the cello, and Stephanie Smith on piano. And this afternoon's program is called Hannah's Harmonies, and it features pieces that were selected by Hannah, especially for us to enjoy together. Each one of them during their 10th anniversary are celebrating some of their favorite music, and so we get to share that with one another. And they're going to return to Cannon Beach Community Church to play a concert on Sunday, May 18th. So mark your calendars for 3 o'clock p.m., anytime that we can, to come and support them. One of my favorite Sundays was a while back when Josh stood up and said, "They are amazing. Everyone has to experience what they share with us." And so it is my privilege and my honor to give a warm welcome to the Northwest Piano Trio.
Music, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Northwest Piano Trio. Its decade-long mission to explore the strange and wonderful worlds of music, to seek out new connections to communities near and far, to boldly go where no woman or group of women have gone before.
So, if you know me at all, you know that most scenarios in my life can either be related to an episode of Friends or an episode of Star Trek. Thank you, Dad. So, if you did not recognize our opening, that was the theme from Star Trek: The Next Generation. And on that note, I wanted to just point out that my family, my parents from Alaska, and my sister and her husband from Seattle were standing on the corner when I drove into town today, and I had no idea they were coming. So I'm really honored. So when I started picking pieces for this program, Hannah's Harmonies, in truth, I actually felt slightly panicked. Programming historically has not been one of the things I offer to the trio. I bow often to the prowess of my fellow trio members, so I felt a little bit like I had encountered just this random hodgepodge of pieces that felt like the kitchen sink. So yesterday, I was sitting reflecting, enjoying our atmospheric river, and feeling sad that my family wasn't coming to the concert. And I was thinking about this music, and a story from my nursing world actually came to mind. So if you will permit me just a small indulgence, I would like to share that story with you. I'm going to read it because I wrote it after I took care of this patient about a year ago. It's not that long. I kneel next to her and ask her if she has any questions. She can't look at me, but she nods her head no. I ask if she'd like to hold his hand. Her eyes are wide. I can see her trying to make sense of this place. She risks a sideways glance at me, wondering if I'm trustworthy, and nods a tentative yes. I take her tiny hand in mine and guide it to her father's. My eyes fill with tears as I watch her little 6-year-old body process the way it feels. Cool, clammy, limp from the paralytics. I tell her it's okay to squeeze it. Even though he can't squeeze back, he'll know you're here, I say. I wonder if that's true. I hope, in the deepest part of my heart, that it is. In this moment, it feels as though this is the thing that will finally break my heart into a million irreparable pieces. It's too much. But beauty and suffering are inseparable, eternally married. I watch his family rally in support around each other as the reality of losing him looms closer. They are kind, they are patient, they are full of gratitude for us and each other. They are compassionate and loving. It is beautiful. I ask them to share what he was like, the kind of person he was, and we agree that listening to the stories reminds us of the way that we can choose to live. We want to live a life that leaves people talking about us the way we're talking about him. It is so beautiful. I watch my kind and compassionate coworkers each bear a little of the burden. It is beautiful. From suffering, beauty is born, and from beauty is born suffering. As I let the hot water soothe my tired body and retreat to the comfort of my bed, I let there be tears, and I honor them as tears of suffering and tears of beauty. As they fall gently down my cheeks, I remind myself again that they are inseparable, beauty and suffering, and equally valuable. And that only by experiencing the depth of them both can I fully engage in the experience of my humanity. In the world right now, there is so much divisiveness, so much suffering. And for each of us, that suffering takes a slightly different shape. But in all of it, I believe to the core of my being that there is beauty to be found. And one of the things I realized that I love so much about this music, this hodgepodge of pieces that I found, is how it can wordlessly encompass the totality of our human experience. So, in the name of beauty and suffering, we offer you Rachmaninoff's Trio Elegique. In the name of chaos, dissonance, and sometimes what feel like fleeting moments of clarity and resolution, we offer you Bernstein's Only Piano Trio. In the name of joy, good humor, and camaraderie, we will share some pieces by Dvorak. And in the name of nostalgia, comfort, and ease, we offer you Brahms. So, in whatever form you might be experiencing suffering today, may each of you find a way to honor that, to fully experience it, and through that, find your beauty and your joy in this hour of music with us. Thank you.
Well, one of the first things I would notice if I were sitting in the audience today is the fact that Hannah doesn't have shoes on. And and the funny thing is, there is so much lore when it comes to this church and Hannah's shoes that we'd be sitting here for the rest of the day. It is uncanny how many weird shoe incidents there are with Hannah and this church. And so when she showed up today and said she forgot her dress shoes, I said, that makes sense. It wouldn't be Hannah's concert if she didn't forget her shoes at Cannon Beach. It also didn't surprise me at all when she picked this next piece for her program. And I'm gonna be honest, it's not my favorite. And it was very generous of her after a couple weeks of rehearsal to say, oh, you do have veto power. And at that point I was like, we're already here, we can play it. And we've played it before, and I have to say, each time we play it, it gets a little bit more bearable. I really loved what Hannah said at the beginning about this being this piece being the chaos, the representation of the chaos in the world, because it does have those chaotic moments. And I loved what Pastor Nathan said at the beginning about how we look at each other and how we support each other, because it's not always easy. We heard the joke at the beginning of the concert that we have lasted as a trio longer than some marriages do. And again, not easy. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of communication, a lot of forgiveness. And I hope you hear the tension, the push and pull, and the moments that are all the more sweeter, the few bearable moments for me, the moments that are all the more sweeter in this piece because of the chaos surrounding it. And I hope that we can take that out into the real world after today. Oh, this is the Bernstein Piano Trio.
Are you guys Bernstein fans? We'll have to have a poll after the concert to see who's on Esther's team for that one. So I'd like to invite a very special guest to the stage. Some of you may recognize her. This is Heather Masto-Lipson, violinist. So Heather is in fact the original violinist in the Northwest Piano Trio, and given that it is our 10th anniversary season, we wanted to do some collaboration with our previous members. So here Heather is, and we're gonna share with you some pieces that, full disclosure, I found on the internet while I was searching for things that we could do with 2 violins, cello, and piano. But it turns out they are a lovely set of pieces by Dvorak. They are called bagatelles, and we're gonna play 4 of them, 5 of them? I can't remember. 4 of them. I can't remember. 4 of them or 5 of them for you. And they're just really joyful dances. In some ways, the complete opposite of the chaos and dissonance in Bernstein. Just really fun. And it's really amazing how much a single instrument difference makes in the camaraderie on stage. So we hope you guys enjoy these Dvorak bagatelles.
No shoes and no bagatelles.
one more guest to the stage here. And some of you might now recognize this as the original Northwest Piano Trio. This is Susan McDaniel, who I'm so happy came all the way here to play this one piece with us. So the trio has been a huge part of my life for the last 10 years. It was the culmination of my graduate degree after going back to music school, after being a nurse, and it means a whole lot to me. And some of you know I'm from Alaska, and I have traveled in many places all over the world. And I still say that the most beautiful place that I have ever seen is Alaska. And this is how I feel about the piece that we're about to play for you today, that I have played an awful lot of chamber music, and no matter how much I hear, there is just something just never as beautiful as this Brahms B major trio. So we're gonna offer you just the first movement as a little bit of a reunion for the three of us. And thank you so much for being here today and for all of your love and support. This community has been really incredible over the last 10 years. It has given us such a special home away from home, and we love sharing music with you. So thank you for being here, and please enjoy the first movement of Brahms B major.
Thank you. We so do not have an encore. We talked about it. We're like, oh no, oh no. Thank you so very much. This is the second in our series for our 10th anniversary. This one is Hannah's Harmonies. And I recognize many of you just from last year also, but from being here for the Esther Effect. We are the Northwest Piano Trio. We are a 501c3, and we rely on donations. So thank you for those of you that have already generously donated in the back. If you have not done so yet, we would love that. We also have a website, northwestpianotrio.org. So those of you that are watching, if anybody wants to head to the website and help us out, that would be great. I personally will be back here in 3 weeks at the Coaster Theater to do the Judy Garland Barbra Streisand tribute concert again. There is a lovely poster on your bulletin board back there, but if you are interested in that, it is pure joy. It is just too much fun, and I have been performing more in Cannon Beach in the last couple of years than my entire decade of living in the Pacific Northwest, so I'm really starting to love Cannon Beach and the people that are in it, so thank you. While we're thanking people, we have to give thanks to Brooks Graham, the voice of Star Trek. Yes. He came to Cannon Beach for that awesome 30 seconds, and it was so worth it. I also really want to thank Heather and Susan for coming all the way here to play at the tail end of this concert. Not that I wasn't looking forward to playing Brahms, but golly gee, it was wonderful to turn that over to her. And I think everyone in the audience got to see the amazing page turn situation at the end of Bernstein. I cannot imagine if I were playing by myself and I turned the page and the last page flew. So she just caught it, and both of us were like, not now, so glad that she was here. We will be back for the final installment of our 10th anniversary. It will be Sunday, May 18, here for Stephanie Style. I will be programming that one, absolutely. So once again, thank you so very much. Pastor Nathan, welcome. We're just so glad to have you, and this congregation is just so lovely and wonderful. It's always just such a great audience to be here. So thank you so much for joining us, and take care and stay dry.